He was pressing that time of his father. Now, if he goes to visit his father, he says he feels like $1 million. Is he allowed to do this? Is he allowed in the days that we cry for Bet HaMikdash to feel overjoyed? I would never ask. I would never ask. I'm glad to see my father. You hear what he says?
Yeah.
Me and you cannot buy a new car. He says, can I see my father because my simcha would be such? Is it the best? And then you think of the question like,
How much was his contribution to modern Orthodoxy?
Modern Orthodox question is, the modern Orthodox likes to adopt his philosophy. They are far from him as we are far from Jupiter, not even. See, the question is, how do you look at the word modern Orthodox? Modern Orthodox means we are 100% Shomer Shulchan Aruch from A to Z, but we are part of life. This was his. Be a Jew from A to Z, not to S, not to T, not to U, not to V. And try to, he said, take, even among the leaders of the religious Zionism, there were many people that disagreed with him at that point. I'm not talking about the right way. Good morning, Shana Tova.
Good job, Rabbi.
Masechet Yoma. It's too short. Open, you have in your Gemara, 2 Gemarot. Look carefully. It's on top Gemara, Yoma. Page 87, Yoma, 87.
87, okay.
Listen to me, you have the Gemara by you. You have to learn, open, close the Gemara, close it completely. Look in the back. Read me 3 names, it says on top. Yoma, so look for Yoma. Look for Yoma on top. Open Yoma, page 9.
Too far.
Joseph, how did you get Joseph? How did you get to this stuff? Did you come and talk to you about it? You're not. Every time when you move, you have to see the Gemara in front of you. Anyway, for yourself, maybe over for one. Feel like watch your mouth is out. We're going to read a story. Top. Four lines. Look four lines for the Bible. Like look a second on the shelf. We have 2 more Gemara Yoma. See that?
Jackie, the AC is not working in the building right now. So Jackie said
this room is always the opposite from the building.
No, this is a separate. It's a separate unit.
It's a separate unit.
This is a separate unit. Last time at Baruch, we put a water suit.
It's lying on the shelf. 2 Gemarot. I say no, not this shelf, the next shelf. Up, go on the bottom. 2 Gemarot, Yoma. Rosh Hashanah, Yoma. It's Reish Rei, the second one is Yoma. Okay.
we inherited it. I think we're gonna have a class just on finding the spot, Rabbi.
Look 4 lines from the bottom. That is Zayin Amud. Okay. I'm sure you heard the story before. We'll see understand the story with the Rambam and the Chumash. And let's start from 5 lines from the bottom. Rabbi Zeira, Dafke Zayin. Rabbi Zeira, ki havele milta be'ad English. When Rabbi Zeira had an argument with someone during the year, around these days of Rosh Hashanah and Kippur, Ave Khalif Betani Lekameh. He used to make sure that he passes him and the guy notices him. Umamtzile, Yeiched Eleti, he wanted to make sure that the guy has an opportunity to realize.
Is the butcher?
No, this is the story before the butcher, right? The story that you remember is coming up. In a minute, you'll see how the butcher is related to today, not yesterday, not Erev Rosh Hashanah, not the day after Kippur, but today, the next day. So Rabbi Zera made sure that they see each other. He says, good morning to the guy. Fine. Now, the story that is scary, he remembers. Rav, Havele Milta, Behade De'utamcha. Rav had a dispute. The butcher. Now, butchers are tough people. And Rav,
He's as tough as they come, Rabbi.
remember, the butcher in the Gemara is not up to sell meat. You kill the animals. Anyone that kills in the business of killing.
Today they kill you with the prices, same thing. No different.
By then, the butcher used to slaughter.
In New Orleans, we had a butcher rabbi, Rabbi Ziffer. He was a teacher, he was the butcher,
And the mohel.
and the moher.
I hope we didn't mix up the two.
No, but you knew. And he did a 3-time job in New
The
Orleans.
old country, this is no, but this
No,
so Rav Abel Milta Behadi Avutabcha. You
So,
do understand that Rav, being the biggest in his generation and the level of Tanaim, was right on that. But the butcher is not coming to ask him Mechila Erev Rosh Hashanah and Aseret Yeme Teshuvah. Lo ata lekameh. Then Rav is waiting before Rosh Hashanah. On Rosh Hashanah, the days after, is Erev Yom Kippur, and the butcher is not coming. Amar, Ihu, Ezilana,
Don't go there.
I'm going to go there. You know this? The guy punched you and embarrassed you, but
What was the argument they had?
do we know that? Yeah, do we know the argument, Rabbi?
you can be sure that it's not about a cup of tea. Neither, okay. Either normally, if you have to, Rav said on an animal that it's talef for the guy who's screaming on him. I mean, you know, this today, every slaughterhouse in upstate New York that has non-kosher, they have an agreement with the goyim. Hundreds of animals are selling. What do you do before you have refrigerators? You invest in the cow. The cow is not kosher. What do you do? So very often you say, hey, you hate me. This is the reason why I say it's taref. Look at him. Anyway,
It costs the money.
the question,
Big
of
money.
course,
Big money.
the real question really here is, remember, we're making it up. Gemara doesn't say. But the real question is, what makes Rav, what makes me, what makes you obligated to go to the guy who should come to you? The Gemara is telling us something you never heard in your life. Someone owes me forgiveness, and I'm going to him to give him the opportunity to ask him. Well, this is our today's topic. We'll read the story, then go to the Rambam.
But Rabbi, he assumed that he's right. Maybe the butcher think that he's right. So like, how do you see who's gonna
That's
go?
what he's
If you read one more line and a half, you'll see it. Anyway, Amar Iu Ezilana, refuse away. Let me go, give him the opportunity. And the fiusa means to make him feel good. That it isn't good now. Now you have to remember, take Chacham Ovadia multiplied in trillion Chacham Ovadia. This is Rav. So everyone sees Rav walking in the street in the butcher. Pagabe Ravuna bumped into you. Amar le lehecha as Yoma, where are you going? Amar le lefiusa lepanya. I'm going to give him an opportunity to appease. This is what Rav tells Ravuna. Listen carefully, Joseph. Amar says the other rabbi, Azil Abba, I think you're going to kill him. You're not going to. I'm sure
You the butcher.
that you are not going to appease him, you're going to kill him. Kill him. Let's see.
And they're equals, Rabbi? These two
Azal.
rabbis talking? Are they similar?
The,
Well, that's
Rav,
under
the big
Rav.
one is the top. Rav is the top. The top is there's generation. Anyway, Azal, the Kamil Avei, Azal, the Rabbi Rav goes to the butcher shop and he stands right now. Rabbi Yativ, the Kapali Reishe. She says on the left side, Khalif,
He doesn't say.
the Kapali Reishe, he was busy. Probably normally either washing his head or Dalia, the butcher is lifting his eyes. So Chazia, he saw the Rab waiting in front of his butcher shop. Amalei, the butcher says to him, go away. Zil, go away. Luckily, Mili Be'adach. I'm nothing guys to me. It's mind-boggling.
And he called him Abba also.
Abba means.
What is that? No, so he gave him, no, in the same sentence, he gave him the,
Acknowledge him as a rabbi.
But
he
you
gave
see,
him the, no, Abba is not rabbi. It's a
if you take what Joseph said before, most likely he thought that maybe he's right. Maybe you're right. But just in case you can ask him forgiveness, listen. Behada de Kapali Reishe, as he is doing whatever he's doing, Ishtamit Gamma, a bone fell from one of the animals, Umachye, Bekue Vekatle. The bone fell on his neck of the butcher, they died. I mean, the story is mind-boggling. Yeah. But the main question is, what makes Rav Erev Yom Kippur? Remember, why do you have to go to? Look at the Rambam. Look at the Rambam. Sefer Madar halachot Teshuvah.
Rabbi, does a person have to come, if you know someone did something wrong to you,
This is exactly.
can you just forgive him, be more helen without him asking you?
Rafuna wants him though.
No, but Rav wanted to give him a chance.
I know.
So Rav,
But
just
Rav-
forgive him. Why do you have to walk in front of him and let him ask
Just to
you?
get an idea who Rob was, they were able to raise the
No,
dead.
no, he's asking a good question. He said, just say,
He's
forgive
forgiven, man.
Just forgive him. If I know someone did something, I don't want to give him kapara.
Today, every kid says Erev Yom Kippur, 1,500 emails for
Mass
me.
text.
You can do it on Christmas or New Year's, but not on Erev Yom Kippur. Me looking in your eyes and say, forgive me. The embarrassment of me saying I'm wrong, please forgive me, is 90% of the Teshuvah. If Rab would say it, it's very nice. But Rab understands that without the Teshuvah, without him asking it openly.
It's interesting. The Gemara doesn't say when Rav Huna told him you're going to kill him.
Yeah,
He doesn't even. The Gemara doesn't even.
He doesn't reply.
Right, there's no dialogue. It's not like an
Why does he? Yeah, why does
Yeah,
he?
he knew his
Why isn't it? Why doesn't he address
sort of
it? Take it into account.
Yeah.
Because the rabbi never dreamed in his wildest dreams that this chatzuf would not ask him a chillah. I am coming to you and you're continuing washing your head and just, Rabbi, no.
Maybe Rav Huna knew how he was, Rabbi. He knew how to.
No, he's asking, he never dreamed in his life that the guy would not pick up the opportunity. Instead of him, to him,
He's doing him a favor.
I read in one of the Sfarim of the rabbis in Harvard, a very interesting story. What?
It's a powerful story.
No, it's powerful because we are afraid to look in the mirror. Listen carefully what the Rambam says. So the question now is, what made the rabbi go? So the Rambam says that this. Look at Perek Bet, Halacha Vav. Perek Bet, your Bet, Halacha Vav. Everyone has the same edition here, so it's page 105. Look at you say on top 105.
Wow.
No. First word line.
Right?
First word line.
Right, remember, every Rambam on top of the page, as always, the name of the book, the topic, and the perek. Says the Rambam, אף על פי שהתשובה והצעקה יפה לעולם. Even though whenever we repent and pray to Hashem to forgive us is fine. והעשרה הימים שבין ראש השנה ויום כיפור, and these 10 days that began on Tuesday going till next Thursday, including Thursday, היא יפה ביותר. ומתקבלת היא מיד. Which means, it takes us weeks or months during the year, on these 10 days, Hashem is accepting it immediately. שנאמר, דרשו Hashem בהימצאו. This Shabbat, famous haftarah is, seek Hashem, look for Hashem when He is there to accept us. He's waiting at the door for us to come. Here,
Is this Ben Adam Makom?
says the Gemara, listen to this. There's no time to look into, but the Gemara says that David HaMelech and his soldiers guarded the livestock of a fellow by the name of Naval. Thousands of sheep. Erev Rosh Hashanah, David is sending 10 of his boys. We did free service for the entire summer, for the entire spring, summer. We need some food. Says David had 600 people. Not only threw them out, he was humiliated. After Rosh Hashanah, David decided we have to punish the guy. Okay, so this is a famous biblical story. His wife came, spoke to David in a very sophisticated, smart way, and David forgave him. Anyway, it says in the Pasuk, Va'ila Aseret hayamim, I'm quoting the Pasuk, Vayigof Hashem et Naval vayamot, he died. How's Aseret hayamim? Says the Gemara, with the 10 days, Aseret Teshuvah passed, the guy died. Why Aseret Teshuvah? It's exactly the same. David is coming to you.
The opportunity.
The guy watched your livestock for free for the entire season. You can say, I'll give you a little. Why are you coming? To kiss them by Yoma. Here, the Gemara says, Dirshu Hashem behimatzeho. When is Hashem to be found most in all years? This 10 days. Says the Sefer Kochavei Or, you hear this? But Rav, why did Rav do it? Rav is doing exactly what Hashem is doing. Hashem is not making himself available, waiting at the door for us, except these 10 days. Says Rav, if Hashem is doing it, I have to do it. So this is why when Ravuna told him, when the rabbi told him they're going to kill him, he never began. The guy is such a chatzuf.
Chasuf means tough.
This, he's lifting his eyes while he's washing his head. The rabbi goes, he never dreamt it. It's Arab Yom Kippur.
Is there any hint in the Torah to Aseret Teshuvah, or is that the first hint of it with David?
By David, you see it clearly.
That's in the
But the David, Yeshua Hashem beyimatzot, the Gemara learns
Something his wife, when Naval's wife brought the basket, there was something to the food. Naval's
wife was very smart. When she came to Rabbi on behalf of her husband, she took 2 donkeys loaded with food, and she brings it to David. And first she told him, I know that my husband is obnoxious. I know he's a terrible man. But she says to him, you are not a king yet. Everyone knows you are going to be a king. It's better for you if your lineage, if your reputation is clean.
Be lenient.
And at the end, he married the person.
What was her name?
Abigail.
I'm still not understanding. This is the Rosh Hashem. Hashem is not always around. But when you have Ben Adam Lehavero, you could go the whole time of years. It's not extra on Aseret Teshuvah.
Apparently, remember, everyone wanted to know what the butcher do. You realize that whatever he did, Bizayon Kavod HaTorah, Bizayon HaTorah, Bizayon Ben Adam Lehavero, this is a mixture of whatever you want.
But do you need Borei Olam around for the butcher? The butcher could have gotten kapara from Rabbi any day of the year, not more on Aseret Teshuvah. Right or wrong? I mean, you go to your friend.
Maybe he's trying to save him before Yom Hadid, because he knew.
But it's still Ben Adam Lehavero.
I understand, but it's like
I'm saying this Ben Adam Lehavero definitely involved. Ben Adam
Because he's Rab.
Rav.
So on a regular case, I'm saying on a regular case that's not a rabbi, it's an argument with friends. There's no difference between any day of the year and Aseret Teshuvah.
and
Just saying, don't get afraid anytime.
regular arguments that we have among us, but when it involves
A rabbinical figure that's been Adam Lamakom also.
Well, if you know history of Jews, sometimes there's very famous. There was one of the fanciest shahs about 300 years ago was published by a group of great people. They invested a lot of money, and the rabbis wrote to them that 10 years from the publication of the shahs, no one is allowed to publish the shahs again because they invested a lot of money. Now the shahs was such a hot seller, basically 99% of it was sold within a few years. So the publishers of Vilna, what we have here is Vilna, decided there is a room to publish.
We can make it too.
No, but they knew about
The 10-year edict.
So the rabbis told them you cannot until the entire edition is sold. They said we would buy. Let's say they published 10,000, we will buy 500.
We'll buy the leftover.
Anyway, we can't go out of this machlokot. Some rabbis said, this is the edict is 10 years, you cannot publish. So it's not precondition.
Not that quantity.
The other one, now Rabbi Akiva Eger was the gadol. Rabbi Akiva Eger was the Rav of the generation. He held that if they're willing to buy, they're willing
Let them buy it.
The publishers of the old one, unfortunately, spread rumors that Rabbi Akiva Eger is really old and he listens to his son. It's not him.
Wow.
Rabbi Akiva Eger heard it and he said, Hashem, and my kavod, I forgive immediately. But it's a kavod Torah. Weeks later, a man in the publishing house of the old one hung himself up. Anyway, the rumors were that it's their fault. Anyway, the Russian government says that these two publishers have to go through 100 soldiers on each side, and each one has to beat them up.
Wow.
And they say, we know for sure. We know for sure that we are published only for the Bizayon for the Kivega. Because of Kivega says Hashem, my kavod, forgive. Just to say, by saying that I listen to my son with all the books that I wrote, all the Teshuvah that I published, this is an example here in Rab. It's fine.
So it's Rab. It's limited.
It's Rab.
Person.
Rab, remember, it's difficult for us to relate to the.
It's hard to understand who God wants. That's our problem.
This is why I told you, he's a leader to everyone. Rabbi, you can say he was for Shas, for this. Everyone.
Was Rabbi like a Tanakh?
No. He's a rabbi of all the Babylonian community. There was
Only to support him. Rab doesn't need
right. The Gemara says Rab Tana U Pali. He's the only one that even though he was a Talmudic rabbi, he can argue with the Mishnah. The end of it.
And Rab they said
to argue with the generation.
Rab they got
correct.
They say Rab is he's the writer of the Zohar.
Wow.
Rabbi Shimon.
So it shows us the power of these 10 days, but it shows us also realize.
Could you finish the Rambam though?
Yeah, of course. Now look, let's finish the Rambam. אף על פי שהתשובה והצעקה יפה לעולם, 10 ימים שבין ראש שנה ויום כיפור יפה ביותר ומתקבלת מיד. שנאמר, the Rambam quotes the haftarah of this week, בהי מצאו and is there waiting for us. במה דברים אמורים ביחיד? יחיד, an individual. אבל ציבור, but a community, כל זמן שעושים תשובה וצועקים בלב שלם. I told you, for me, I wasn't there, but when Hitler was about to take Palestine, the entire religious community in Israel, but the entire means the entire, they came together וצועקים בלב שלם הם נענים. שנאמר, כהשם אלוקינו בכל קוראינו אליו. Now, what is the pasuk?
That's right, Hanan, I know it. don't understand it.
Okay,
Okay, no, but I'm not understanding why you need two pesukim. Is the chiluk because he says belev shalem?
right, it's A, it's Teshuvah HaTzibur, it's Teshuvah HaTzibur. And B,
Is he saying that the Teshuvah of Tzibor needs a Lev Shalem to differentiate it between a Yachid?
what he is saying is that if the Tzibur comes together, this by itself, that they are together, adds a lot of power to the Teshuvah. A Tzibur,
Okay.
the Rav of Brisk survived the Holocaust. Nisim Giluim, but he came to Israel in the midst of the Holocaust. Now in 1948, the state of Israel was established. My parents and everyone, there was Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim was bombarded 24/7 by the Jordanians. Rav of Brisk says, morning and evening, wherever you went, you have people saying to him, says, there's no question. People ask him, let's evacuate you to Tel Aviv. He says, people are saying that they live here. Nothing is going to happen. Nothing. I mean, of course, unfortunately, people got killed. But Yerushalayim, remember, this is after the old city fell into the hands of the Jordanians. There's nothing will happen. People are, the concept of coming. We know it sometimes, Shem Shmuel, people can see it, these people. And the power of coming together is the key. Shivrat HaTzibur. Bezrat Hashem, tomorrow, whatever the parasha.
We have a class tonight, Rabbi Prague?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
First is over earlier.
David, let's focus, David. So we have a
But remember, on Sunday is going